When the dollar go flat, where you gonna be at? Where you gonna be at? When the dollar go flat, where you gonna be at? Where you gonna be at? Stack on players. Stack on players. Stack on players.
Glad you tuned in today. Again, if you like the content, if you like what we're talking about, if what I'm saying is affecting your reality, then most definitely subscribe, download, dig deep, definitely hit a like, and also hit the alerts. And we're going to take you deep into why I started coin stacking. So let's stack it rich. You dig? Okay. So you see a lot of coinage there. I mean, you know, players and players, this is not even a third of the change I had acquired from the last 10 years, something like that. So, and I knew a little about currency. I knew a lot about Federal Reserve notes, but I did not know that, there were time periods where there were 90% silver in coins and, circulated, uncirculated. I knew that you could become a collector, and if you had the fortitude and wherewithal to, go in, put the white gloves on, and keep the coins over time preserved, and all of that, that you potentially maybe hand it down to your child, or becomes a family heirloom that could gain some momentum and later on get you some wealth. We all know that. That's like in movies. You know what I mean? Where the elite, they live on the golf course. Of course, they have profound jewelry and profound art. But what I'm saying is that was my way of saying, okay, well, I'm just gonna task myself and just save some change. Okay, so this what you seeing, I never sifted through it to see what was meant to be for 1935. I never ever sifted through it to see what could be valuable, what was worth something, what was not. My whole grind was just having it and just every day coming in and feeding the hole, throwing some change in there, trying to create my own little system of due diligence. Okay, so with that being said, I'm green at this, so without, experiencing execution, you just don't know. So anyway, I had my son bag it up. Yeah, let's get a baseline for this thing. Let's put it in perspective, and then I started reading and I said, man, a lot of this, once we started going through it, and I was looking at my guidelines, what the Kennedy half was worth and, how much silver was in this one and, what is 0.999, all of that due diligence. And I want to know, so in doing that, and I'm gonna be honest with you. So just let me be clear. It's essential to process, gather, process, and make a educated guess when you are trying and on the pursuit of knowledge. Imperative. My children and anybody who's around me, did you read that? Did you research that? I make sure I always say, how much effort did you put into seeking the knowledge for yourself, and then compare what you heard and then do a little more research for confirmation. But that, whatever, it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, so today I'm going to tell you the 4 things that got me really, really not liking a little, not liking more than a little, but really loving silver smelting. Not getting coins in the pristine method that you see on TV, but actually pouring them. Man, it's a little dangerous if you're not careful. But I mean, you could be taking a shower and slip on some soap and bang your throat. So, and what I'm saying is anything is dangerous. When it's your time, it's your time. We all standing in line to get out of here. Consequently, there are 4 reasons that push me to silver smelting and silver stacking. 1, the coronavirus. This thing just something we've never seen, wasn't prepared. Who can get prepared for something like this? It was total life change. So sitting at home, I just started reevaluating, a different lifestyle. And, and that really motivated me to look at the change that I had, actually sit down and really look at the change that I had. Two, the George Floyd situation. You know, you had the corona, now you got this. That's two things, and that was so sad. My heart goes out to him and his family. God bless him. But you guys already know what the deal with that is. And then, three, the Black Lives Matter, the protesters, all coming together. You know what I mean? Because never in history has people of color gotten this much uh, support. It's a beautiful thing. And that's what we needed to have a conversation, in my opinion. And then four, messing with the currency. We already knew, you know, that the banking cartel was doing their thing, and a lot of the CEOs and all that stuff has stepped down. So, however that correlates, my mother always said, "What you do in the dark, come to the light." And behind every lie, it is some truth, and the truth always rears its head, no matter what you do. Maybe not when you committed it, but it always somehow or another comes out in the wash. So those are the four things that just kept me grounded and really start thinking about, you know, where we were at, socially, mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. Okay, so um, at a point, we got to quit with the microwave, the fast moving around, and really evaluate where we're going to be at. I mean, literally, and this is to anybody, all lives matter. But right now, Black lives matter. This is the season for that. This had to happen. There's no such thing as coincidence. Just like what's going on with our finances, black, white, green, yellow, whatever it means. We're all going. It's called collective guilt. We're all going to suffer, good or bad, behind other people's behavior. It's just the way it is. So my mom used to call it a good bad. And that corned beef business, you run out of corned beef, that's a good bad because you came to sell a lot of sandwiches that day. That's a good bad. So with that being said, being prepared for something like this is not a great situation that we're in this position. But what if you had silver? Or what if you had gold? Or what if you had platinum? What if you had that and you knew about it and educated yourself on it and gave yourself a way out instead of the Federal Reserve just going flat on you and you standing in the cheese line? You don't know. And that cheese line ain't bad. I done been there. That government cheese is excelente. That government cheese, again, is excelente. But again, that's what we had to do to survive. So it's the same situation. We're on a hamster wheel, and in a minute, that hamster wheel is going to stop, So, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Again, I make no claims to be a financial guru or none of that. I'm just telling you my opinion. You dig? I'm telling you what's on my membrane. I'm telling you what I'm smoking over in my mind and I'm regurgitating, to the atmosphere, to you. $22, $23, $3 over spot for some silver, rounds and bars. Gotta get it. If you're fortunate enough to get down with some gold, like I said, if you a good boy to your girl and you really gave her that good backiotomy, that good back rub, and you say, baby, can I, I've been a good boy, but I ain't hung out at the club and did what I needed to do. Can I go get a, a bar, a silver 0.999 silver bar, or and I've been extra good. Can I get a silver bar or something like or gold? So again, I'm being funny, but the reality is I'm being 100. Would you rather you guys want me to give you the truth or the fluffy? I prefer the truth. So silver, real, real, real money. All right, so before I let you go, my sires of silver, I'm gonna show you my first pour, and don't be laughing. Don't hurt my feelings out there. Don't be laughing. Nah, but for real, for real, for real. These are my first few pours. My mother always said, practice makes perfect practice. If you do it in practice, you'll do it in real life. So remember, When the dollar go flat, where you gonna be at? Get your stack on. Stack it rich. You dig?
When the dollar go flat, where you gon' be at? Where you gon' be at? When the dollar go flat, where you gon' be at? Where you gon' be at? Stack on, players. Stack on, players. Stack on, players. That's why we're stacking. That's why we're stacking. That's why we're stacking. Quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies. Stack on, players. Stack on, players. Stack on, players. Quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? When the dollar go flat, where you gon' be at? Where you gon' be at? When the dollar go flat, where you gon' be at? Where you gon' be at?